Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all keeping well and staying safe. Welcome back to the channel. And let's take a look at all the 40k news released within the last 24 hours on the community website. Starting with the Warhammer 40,000 app and its updates. Now, I have made my opinions of this app perfectly clear in previous videos, and I will do again because I will keep beating this drum until something changes. But the dev team are working hard at it, I can probably see that. And, you know, if they manage to turn this thing into a product that's actually decent, then more power to them. And we've got some patch notes for the 25th of January 2021, so let's take a quick look at them now. Going from top to bottom, if you have picked up a copy of the new Codex Death Guard this weekend, you can now unlock it in your app. So you can take the rules with you anywhere, wherever you are a subscriber or not. Now, as far as this little feature goes, obviously you get the code in the back of the codexes, which you can use then to unlock all the data sheets on your app, on whatever device you choose. You know, I semi-rate this. It's handy to have all those kind of things available on your phone, whether you are a full subscriber or not. Whether they are accurate remains to be seen. I mean, I have the Forge World Compendium, and I have been flicking through some of the entries, and some of them are not 100% complete, so it's a bit hit and miss on that front. But if you want a quick gander at, quick stat lines, things like that, you could do far worse. Yeah. Inquisition units can now individually select their specializations, allowing you to put together a task force from across the Ordos. Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights can now assign character keywords to models. Free Blades are available to Imperial Knights. Chaos Knights can make use of Dread Blades. Stratagems that grant psychic powers are now allow the Psyker to select an additional power. Rules from Psychic Awakening books have been implemented for various factions, including Tyrian High Fleet adaptations, Tau Empire prototype weapon systems, and Astra Militarum tank aces. A wide range of bugs have been identified and eliminated with moderate to extreme prejudice. Right, okay. So that's all well and good, that's all been said. The app is still in its beta phase. GW are asking people to give them feedback so they can improve the service. All well and good, but for anyone thinking about subscribing to the app, my recommendation, obviously you're free to do whatever you want, it's a free country, unless you do not live in a free country, and it's not a free country. My recommendation is do not download this app, do not reward the release now, fix it later, scummy business practices that this essentially is, in my opinion. When this app gets to a reasonable state, a state where it's worth paying the subscription price, I'm sure you'll hear about it from somewhere on YouTube, from the more mainstream channels that do review these kind of things, tabletop tactics, things like that. These guys will probably, I can imagine they will do a full in-depth review of the app, and when these guys give it the green light, then you could probably take it as read that it's more than ready to download and use. Until that time, do not give GW any money for this product, because it is not finished, it was not ready on release, and it is not ready now. That being said, I want to reiterate, not a dig at the development team, I'm sure they're working very hard. It's a dig at the higher ups at GW. Implementing this, it's not a good business practice. So yeah, there you go. Right, it's not all bad news and not all whinging. Dark Angels, you're next up to get your codex, and it won't have to wait long until you can get your gauntleted fist on the new codex. That gives you all the new rules required to unleash the first upon your aid and to spray hot plasmary death all over everyone's faces. Right, looking at the community article, you've got some decent psychic powers in there and some decent relics. Let's start with you've got your own unique psychic tree, as like most people have their own unique psychic tree in their own codexes. Interomancy. Terromancy, because interrogations and torture, things like that, you got to find those fallen angels, you got to find them, and you're going to do anything you can to get them. Now, these psychic powers are pretty tasty, starting off with Mind Wipe. A malediction. Mind Wipe has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, select one enemy unit within 18 inches of the Psyker, then select one aura ability the unit has until the start of your next psychic phase. That unit loses that aura ability. Decent range, power level of the of the psychic ability. It's higher than average, so it might be a bit difficult to get off, but I'm sure there's ways you could buff that. And being able to turn off any unit's aura ability, any character's aura ability, or just being able to fuck with your opponent in that kind of way, where it's like you're turning off stratagems, turning off aura abilities, turning off movement, that kind of thing. Sometimes it could be invaluable in a fight. I mean, I'm sure anyone who's played 40k will have come across an aura ability that is just a pain in the arse, and being able to turn it off it's a pretty big deal. I'll read the blurb at the top as well. The librarian scourges the minds of his foes, dragging out every memory that makes them who they are, and reducing them to hollow shells of what they once were. So that's pretty nice. Right, engulfing fear. The librarian envisages his way into the minds of his foes. Subtly, he twists and heightens their fears. Another malediction. Engulfing fear has a warp charge value of 7 again. If manifested, select one enemy unit within 24 of this psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, you must subtract 1 from the leadership characteristic models of that unit. That unit cannot use objective secured ability or any similar abilities that allow them to control an objective marker regardless of the number of enemy models within range of the objective marker. If the result of the psychic test was equal to or greater than the unit's leadership characteristic, then that unit cannot perform actions. If that unit is currently performing an action, it immediately fails. Excuse me, sorry. First thing in the morning, throat's a bit dry. But yeah, basically turning off OBSEC and -1 from leadership and cancelling actions. Pretty damn good. You know, being able to turn off OBSEC is great. In 40k now, the game's all about objectives. You can shooty bang your way up to people off the table and murderize people to death, but being able to switch off objectives, switch off actions, you know, the -1 leadership is pretty nice. This is a really good psychic power, in my opinion. I mean, not a meta player, say that before, but really good psychic power. Right, Relics of the Rock. So you've got a whole new bunch. You sway the relics to equip your green boys in. And the first one is the Mace of Redemption. A model equipped with a Maul or Crozius Arcanum only, this relic replaces the Power Maul or Crozius Arcanum and has the following profile. Range melee, type melee, strength times 2, -3, 2 flat damage. Abilities. Each time an attack is made with this weapon against a Fallen or Heretic started unit, an unmodified wound roll of 4 plus, 2 plus, Jesus, inflicts 2 mortal wounds on the target and the attack sequence ends. So, if you're fighting Chaos or Fallen, if you're fighting Fallen, then this is a fucking good mace. Just more than likely, you're just going to be dealing 2 mortal wounds. That's it. Every attack, 2 mortal wounds. That's pretty damn good. With Space Marines moving up to 2 wounds, you're going to find a lot more weapons do 2 damage. It's just the shift, I suppose, in the meta. Like, weapons just do more damage in general, but it's a nice mace, but it's tailored for fighting Chaos. So if you're good with Chaos regularly in your local gaming group, why not? Throw Mace of Redemption on something, smash some Heretic starters in the face with it. Heavenfall Blade. A model equipped with a Power Sword, Mastercrafted Power Sword, Relic Blade, or Executioner's Relic Blade. This relic replaces the Power Sword, Mastercrafted Power Sword, Relic Blade, or Executioner's Relic Blade as the following profile. Range type melee. Strength +2, AP -4, 2 damage. Abilities. Each time the bearer fights, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon. A Raven Ring. A Raven Wing Talon Master is eligible to be given this relic, even though it is in a vehicle. So, you know, Talon Master mounted in a vehicle, given this nice sword. Nice sword! +2 strength, so you're going to be rocking it strength 6 most of the time. That's 4 AP, 2 damage. You're going to be ignoring all but the highest armor and 2 flat damage and additional attack. Yeah, it's nice. It's decent. Stratagems of the first. Right, so we're going to stratagems. Dark Angels, Battle Tactic Stratagem, Line Unbreakable. Although stubborn warriors, even the resolute Dark Angels know what a fighting retreat can be wisest course of action. Use the stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Select 1 Dark Angels infantry unit from your army. Until the end of that phase, that unit can only be selected as a target for melee attacks if the attacking model is within engagement range of the model. Note, this means that the models that are not within engagement range but within half an inch of a model from their own unit itself, within half model of Dark Angels infantry, cannot target it with its melee attacks this phase. So if I'm reading that right, it's literally with engagement range, which is like base to base or within half an inch, because that is engagement range. That's good. That is good. Just whittles down the amount of attacks it's going to get coming onto your Dark Angels units. Pretty good. Intractable. Dark Angels Battle Tactic Stratagem. Excuse me. All those stubborn warriors, even the resolute Dark Angels, know a fight to retreat. Oh, so it's the same as before. Same as the top. Right, okay. Use a strategy when you move a phase when a Dark Angels unit from your army starts to fall back. If the unit has the Inner Circle ability, you do not need to roll 2d6 to see if you can fall back. It automatically does so. Until the end of the turn, that unit is eligible to shoot. Shoot. 2 command points. So for 2 command points, you can fall back and shoot. Inner Circle ability could be handy if you want to quickly get out and thin down a rank before the unit charges in, or just handy for just getting out of dodge if you've got in contact with someone pretty nasty. Yeah, it's both good stratagems. Fighting retreats. I don't know if I want to spend command points on that kind of thing without having the codex in front of me. There's probably better things, but 2 command points for an ability to fall back and shoot could be useful. Right, and a Doctrine. Now this is quite nice. Fire Discipline. While the Tactical Doctrine is active in your army, infantry models from your army, excluding Deathwing models, can make attacks with rapid fire and assault weapons, excluding blast weapons, while within engagement range of an enemy units, but must target enemy unit that is within engagement range of its own unit when they do so. In such circumstances, the model can target an enemy unit even if other friendly units are in engagement range of the same unit. And while it is making such an attack, it has a ballistic skill of 5+, basically allowing you to shoot in close combat if you've got rapid fire and assault weapons. Hitting on a 5+, but god damn, that's good. That's good. Being able to basically utilize your shooting abilities to maybe to a bit of a neutered, just saw a vole on the wall outside. A bit of a neutered, watered down sort of level. It's still good. You're having another level of interaction with your opponent's models, another level of attack, which is nice if you're in close combat. I can imagine Dark Angels have access to a whole smorgasbord of rapid fire and assault weapons, which they can level in close combat. Quite nice. So yeah, that's the preview. Looking at this, I'm probably going to get another preview for Dark Angels later on in the week. I can imagine focusing more on the Death Guard and the Raven Wing, sort of like sub-factions of the Dark Angels. But yeah, top to bottom, looking good so far for the boys in green. Green or cream, I suppose, if you want to go that way. Got to admit, the Blade Guard veterans do look good in the old Deathwing and the Dark Angels colours there. But yeah, let us know what you think about these new previews in the comments below. But until then, I will catch you all next time. See you later.